This is fire. This is absolute fire. The Gohan group is versus the Frieza Frolics is raging. Can you smell what the Dragon Ball fandom is cooking right now? Because it's getting spicy up in here. Just the other day, I put out a poll on my community tab. If you're subscribed, you can see my community tab. In fact, if you're subscribed, you can literally go over and check the polls right now, even whilst this video is playing. So make sure you're subscribed and do smash a like on the video if you think this Gohan Frieza rivalry is next level smoke. So in the poll, I asked who you guys would win out of Ultra Instinct Goku and Gohan Beast in the upcoming Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 102, and 59% of you voted Ultra Instinct Goku, 41% of you voted Gohan Beast, despite what was indicated and advocated in the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie promotional material and quotes from Toriyama himself. You still went for Ultra Instinct Goku. Well, obviously the chapter isn't officially out for another few days, but everyone and their mum and their uncle knows what happens in this chapter by now. There are releases that have all the translations that have been released. Do make sure you go and see the official release as well. Let's make sure they're getting their buck for this, because Dragon Ball Super is fire right now, and we really need to encourage them by showing that this is what we want. Gohan and Goku go at it, but if you've seen the chapter, you will know that it's actually a very short part of chapter 102, approximately 8 to 10 pages. Most of the chapter is actually taken up by Goten and Trunks versus Gohan, which, guys, I'm not complaining about. I really enjoyed their fight and seeing Goten and Trunks get some shine. I did make a video on it recently, and I actually enjoyed making that video because I haven't talked about Goten and Trunks for a long time. Make sure you subscribe and go and visit my library if you want to check that video out. It's a nice little chat to have about two characters we've just not been able to delve into for a while. But based on what we see, Goku uses his Ultra Instinct form, his silver-haired Ultra Instinct form. Obviously, I took a major W when it was confirmed by Beerus and Whis that this silver-haired Ultra Instinct is stronger than his TUI True Ultra Instinct form. As I keep saying, the silver-haired Ultra Instinct is about keeping his heart calm so he can keep going deeper into the state, and therefore it gets stronger whilst fighting. It gets sturdier, its moves get sharper, etc, etc. Very similar to Ultra Ego, except Ultra Ego gets stronger by taking damage. Different types of fuel, but they work in similar ways. I think we'll see that in the next chapter, in chapter 103, that Goku's Ultra Instinct actually gets sharper in the battle against Gohan Beast. But based on what we see in chapter 102, they look like they're fighting pretty evenly. Not a lot is stated. We want more quotes from Beerus and Whis in that regard, because I think they're the right characters to give us the insight on who is exactly stronger. Maybe Vegeta as well, as he experienced the other character in question, Black Frieza, in person. Remember, Black Frieza one-shotted him with his Ultra Ego form and True Ultra Instinct Goku at the same time. But back to Goku versus Gohan, it's pretty even. But as I said in a video the other day, this is not the same Goku that we saw in the Granola arc. Time has passed since the Granola arc. Now, I did say circa 2 years the other day in a video. Some people complained about that, but I'm not exactly taking that back. Circa 2 years doesn't necessarily mean exactly 2 years, could mean 1 to 2 years. It must be noted that the Tournament's power happened in age 780, and then you can extrapolate the other arcs from there. You can even say that the Granola arc was late 780 or 781, and Pan is 3 years old as a superhero. Obviously, she's supposed to be 4 at the end of Z, but there might be a minor discrepancy there in terms of timing. That's why I say circa, because there's some things that aren't particularly concrete right now. But moving on, even if Goku's only trained a year, that's a long time to train, especially when he trains with Beerus and Whis. He's going to be heavily motivated at the moment due to Black Frieza surpassing him. So the Goku that Gohan's fighting right now isn't the same Goku from the Granola arc, who couldn't actually fully access his silver-haired Ultra Instinct state. Obviously he could trigger it, but he couldn't trigger the deepening of the silver-haired Ultra Instinct where he got stronger. That's why Vegeta said your Ultra Instinct is no different from before when fighting against Gas, because Goku couldn't keep his heart calm. That was his whole problem in the Granola arc. But that does not mean in the Granola arc he was weaker than previous arcs like the Moro arc or the Tournament's power either. It's just that he wasn't getting stronger and going deeper into the state. Vegeta was, because he was taking damage and it was serving as fuel for him to become more powerful. The Ultra forms are really good forms. But like I said, Chapter 102, Gohan Beast vs Ultra Instinct Goku. They basically destroy Beerus' planet. Whis puts a barrier over the other characters and the planet is destroyed. I've got a feeling they'll move them to some sort of dimension where they can fight it out properly without destroying even more of Beerus' planet. Based on what I'm seeing from the Frieza Frolics versus the Gohan group's argument, and guys, I'm not trying to be insulting with these terms, it's just Dragon Ball banter. There's loads of terms. There's brosexual, Jirenettes, Vegetards, Zamasites, Gaslighters, Boo Bastards, Moromaniacs, there's heaps. Oh, and don't forget the Dickolos. You name it, there's so many terms and quite hilarious to use at times. But ultimately, what I'm hearing between the Gohan Groupers and Frieza Frolics, the Frieza Frolics are stating that because Gohan Beast isn't one-shotting Ultra Instinct Goku, that Black Frieza would be able to one-shot Gohan Beast. As first of all, if you're of this opinion, I really want to know why you think that is definitely going to be the case down in the comment section. Now, in terms of doing a Black Frieza vs Gohan Beast video, I'm finding it difficult at the moment because of a lack of information and a lack of comparison between relevant characters. Let's go back to the Jirenette vs Broly Sexual War. They were both compared to Gods of Destructions, which made it a lot easier to actually face them off. With these two, we just know that they're both intended to be stronger than a Granola Arc Ultra Instinct Goku. And guys, you can still apply that to Gohan Beast because Gohan Beast is fighting against a current arc post superhero. And there's even been a training period after Superhero as Gohan's actually trained with Piccolo to actually tap into Beast at will. And I love the fact that he's had to learn how to tap into this form at will because so many people got at me for saying people like Broly wouldn't be able to tap into Super Saiyan at will after the Broly movie, and he still can't. But the fact is, Gohan's had to go through a training process. How long that was, we don't really know. Once again, in terms of timeline placement, it's a bit shady, but we can get kind of a guesstimate of how long has passed. Goku has trained plenty since then. He seems to be able to use Ultra Instinct and remain calm. He isn't fighting the same Goku. So if we look at that particular fight, we just know that they're both stronger than a Granola Arc Goku as the moment. We know that Black Frieza is close to the God of Destruction as per Jump, if you take that statement seriously. But at the same time, we don't really have any comparison between Beerus and Gohan Beast. Maybe we'll get it in chapter 103 because Beerus is spectating this fight and he does look very interested. We can see that Goku and Vegeta are both stunned by Gohan's Gohan Beast transformation, so they are obviously very impressed with it, but obviously that's just reaction scaling. Some people like to use reaction scaling. I think it's a bit arbitrary, but you can say it does indicate that they are impressed with his power and it is of their level, if not stronger. So that's why I'm holding off making a Gohan Beast vs Black Frieza video concerning the manga continuity. I will make it eventually, I just want a bit more information. I definitely have a closer idea after chapter 102 than I did prior to that, but I still want a bit more. I want to see how Gohan Beast fares against Ultra Instinct Goku when we get a fuller, longer fight, because like I said, this chapter, it is basically just the start of the fight. So even based off this chapter, can Black Frieza one-shot Gohan Beast? Well guys, there is a question mark in this video. This is not me making a statement, and I'm not here to teach you literacy. Just read. Like, if I'm making a statement, there will not be a question mark. If there's a question mark, I'm asking a question, and I'll probably give my 2 cents on the matter. But if there's a question mark, it likely means that there's just not a concrete answer. We're here to talk about Dragon Ball, so obviously let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. But do I think Black Frieza can one-shot Gohan Beast? Well, I don't think we've seen Gohan Beast at full power yet, and I also don't think we've seen Ultra Instinct Goku at full power. This is a sparring match, not a bloodlusted death battle. Anybody who follows mixed martial arts, or any martial arts really, knows that spars aren't supposed to be an all-out affair. These two are going with their strongest forms, but I don't think they're going to be going all out straight away, and Gohan's certainly not going to want to one-shot his father, or vice versa. Frieza in the Granola arc was simply making a statement. Well, it's hard to know whether he was truly full power or not. I've even speculated that he might have a form beyond his black form, but he wanted to make a statement. You went to take out Goku and Vegeta very quickly. Some people even argue that Goku and Vegeta were caught slightly off guard. Personally, I look at the statements regarding Black Frieza, stating he is vastly stronger than them from the franchise itself, so I personally believe it's about power, but there is a fair argument in saying that Goku and Vegeta were actually being attacked when they were transforming, so maybe they weren't fully ready. Interesting, and definitely something to take into account, but I think the statements from the franchise are quite damning in terms of Black Frieza's power, and the way they are talking about Black Frieza now, it's like they're still trying to catch him up, unless they're taking into account maybe Frieza's continue getting more powerful, because if a year has passed, then obviously Frieza would have continued training, and we know that Frieza's training gains are better than even Goku and Vegeta's, probably even better than Gohan's really. But obviously people are going very out of hand with Black Frieza's power, and I will always hark back to the fact that in Dragon Ball, there's been times where percentage differences have achieved just what Black Frieza did in the history of Dragon Ball. Remember Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan against the Cell Juniors. The Cell Juniors were supposed to be at close to Perfect Cell's level, and Gohan just one-shotted all of them into oblivion. And Super Saiyan 2 is supposed to be a 2x multiplier. Obviously, there's definitely good arguments, and in fact, I believe that he also had a bit of a rage boost at the same time. But the differences in power weren't completely wild. We're not talking hundreds of times difference here to be able to achieve that feat. So do I believe Black Frieza from the Granola arc could one-shot Gohan Beast? I would say no for now, and I'm also basing that off a Gohan Beast that I don't think's quite gone to full power yet. Now, there is an argument out there that the reason he hasn't got pupils is because there's two different versions of Gohan Beast. One where he's raging out, as we saw against Cell Max and against Carmine, even though that does seem a bit ridiculous, and one where he just transforms into the form at will. But if he rages out, he gets the pupils. So maybe there's a stronger version of Gohan Beast. Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comment section. But I think the important point is whilst a hypothetical current present Black Frieza might be stronger than even the Granola arc version of Black Frieza, in fact he should be, then you can apply the same to Goku really, and that's who Gohan is fighting, is a stronger version of Goku than what we saw against Gas and Black Frieza in the Granola arc. And I think the fight hasn't fully played out yet. I think when chapter 103 occurs, we'll probably get to see them go all out. And obviously Goku with Ultra Instinct has more than just raw power reserves. Ultra Instinct's not just a raw power-up transformation, it is a package transformation that comes with martial arts skills and hacks such as mastery of self-movement, speed hacks, dodge hacks, critical hit hacks, and it exploits openings. Whereas Gohan Beast, we just don't know that much about the transformation at the moment and what it comes with. It just seems to be a raw power amp, a raw power multiplier. More akin to how the original golden-haired Super Saiyan states operated when they just multiplied a Saiyan's base power. But it might be different, we might not have full information on yet, so I'm hoping there's more to Gohan Beast than meets the eye. Look, if you were going to do traditional scaling, you could easily say that Black Frieza just simply has a better feat than Gohan Beast right now, and you can scale him above him that way and say you could one-shot him that way. However, I just think there's more context to this narrative. It's just a very exciting time to be a Dragon Ball fan. So let me know, do you think Black Frieza can one-shot Gohan Beast too? Drop your thoughts down in the comment section. Or do you think Gohan Beast could one-shot Black Frieza? Guys, these peak Dragon Ball fandom moments don't come around often. Let's get our thoughts down in the comment section and get all the arguments out there. I look forward to reading them all. Smash a like on the video if you haven't done so already. Make sure you subscribe so you can go visit my community tab and vote on all the polls. Until next time, Ad Astra.